All right, welcome to Exeter High School. Bruce Badgley, Bob Long, all the way from Philadelphia here for our Berks League opener between Muhlenberg and Exeter Township. Bob, thanks for coming all the way from Philadelphia. You're specialized in Philadelphia Catholic League basketball. Really interested to see your take on, both of these teams, an undefeated Muhlenberg squad and, a very good Exeter team, with 2 losses tonight. In a great Berks League matchup. Everybody's talking about the Berks League this year. Exeter took Reading High to overtime last week, so this should be a good game.
I'm very excited about it. So happy to be here out from Philadelphia. I've seen a lot and heard a lot about these two teams. Muhlenberg can light it up. Exeter, a really strong team. 2 tough losses in the conference early on, but a long way to go. 2 huge matchups, this one tonight, and then Wilson coming up at the end of the week. It's a great time to be here. This is good basketball here in Berks County. Thanks for having me out.
Well, I'll tell you what. I had the opportunity to go down and do some, Philadelphia Catholic League, with you a couple of weeks ago. Great to see some, good 5A action. LaSalle College is 6A team. And, you had your first taste of Berks County last year when LaSalle College, played Reading High in the state tournament up here.
That was a war. There's no doubt about it. One of the toughest places that I've ever seen for a high school game to be played. Those fans showed out, shows the passion that there is out here in Berks County. Now we're going to see it in person here on a regular season Tuesday night matchup, and I can't wait.
Well, I'll tell you what, regular season Tuesday night matchup or whatever, the quality of Berks County basketball this year has really been outstanding. All the teams very highly ranked in the district and, even in the state with Wilson. But, Exeter, solid program. Muhlenberg, coached by Ty Nesby, he's brought this team up progressively year after year and made a deep run in the state tournament last year.
I'm excited to see Jacob Stout. And this really a balanced Muhlenberg team. They're one of the highest scoring teams in the state, highest scoring team in the Berks Conference. Stout is 20th overall in the conference scoring leader. So there's the balance for this Muhlenberg team. Excited to see what they bring to the floor for 32 minutes here tonight.
Yeah, and Exeter, no slouch for scoring either with Matt Davidheiser.
No, he's fantastic. He can light it up from distance, 38 threes this year. 38 of 56 as a team for this Exeter team. So as he goes, they go. Let's see if he can pull out a performance for the ages here tonight. I think they'll need it against a really strong Muhlenberg team.
Yeah, and you touched on it. Such balanced scoring across the board for Exeter. You really don't know who's going to take hold of that, team on that given night. Anybody can get the hot hand, especially from out. I mean, everybody shoots the 3. I think they've got over 100 on the season. So it looks like we're getting ready for the starting lineups.
What an atmosphere here. This will be fun.
All right. And starting for Exeter, number 3, Alex Javier.
Javier, a really strong player. Kind of one of that 1-2 punch with him and Matt Davidheiser. Javier, 16.5 points per game.
Number 12 there, Exeter, Raymond Deschamps. Excuse me.
I think that's Colin Payne.
Colin Payne.
He's only played 4 games, the last 4 out there. Excited to see what this sophomore can do, averaging 6.5 points per game. Really have provided that third scorer for this Exeter team in the last 4 he's been out there.
Yeah. And we're ready for our national anthem. always love right after the national anthem. Everybody is psyched. You know, these crosstown rivals, you're a little bit more spread out there in the Philadelphia Catholic League, but here in Berks County in the Berks League, I mean, this is neighborhood versus neighborhood. I mean, this is just like old-fashioned pickup basketball when you went across town on your bike and did some pickup. So a lot of fun here. All these players know one another. Going to be a really interesting matchup, as we talked about, with Muhlenberg being so balanced and Exeter really coming off of two tough losses, overtime to Reading and then lost, I think, over the weekend to Warwick by 4 points. So going to be really interesting to see how Exeter bounces back, and we're just about ready to tip it off, Bob.
Well, I'm looking for the battle of the backcourt here. Excited to see. We mentioned Matt David-Heiser, number 4 for Exeter. Think it's got to be his game. Jacob Stout as well. A little bit of length at that point guard position. 26 threes on the year, 3 per game. He can light it up.
Tipped out of bounds. Looks like they're giving it to Exeter to start. Inbounds, Colin Payne. Man-to-man for Muhlenberg to start. Tough man-to-man. Ty Nesby really, Coach Ty Nesby loves that defense. There's David Heiser, air ball. Fast breaking, Muhlenberg quickly up the floor. Tyler Kipp for the 3 to start right in front of us.
Well, if that's anything, an expectation of things to come, Muhlenberg likes to push the pace, get their guys on the perimeter, get the puppies organized, and knock them down.
Nice drive by Payne, doesn't fall. Javier, the rebound, back to Payne, no good. Tough luck there, and looks like we've got a whistle. I'm not exactly sure why.
Yeah, that official on the sideline right in front of Nesby made the call and then pointed to his chest as to say his mistake, whether he thought he heard a timeout request or whatever it was. Anyway, you slice it there, Bruce. 2 pretty good looks for number 12, Colin Payne for Exeter. Just couldn't get it to fall.
All right, outside there, that's Stout. Kipp again and again. 2 in a row from deep. And it's 6-0.
That's a little back screen off the ball, Bruce, to get him open. Really nice job by Kipp to roll off that, get the shot up.
Javier blocked by Kipp. And a loose ball, Stout driving for the layup. And a quick timeout by Exeter. 8-0 out there fast, Bob. Wow.
Much needed, Bruce. The defensive intensity from Muhlenberg just as impressive as the offensive efficiency thus far. And that time a live ball turnover. First the block, then the pick away. It's too easy right now for Muhlenberg.
Yeah, a good timeout. You know, Exeter's got to regroup here with less than 2 minutes gone in the game. And that's Muhlenberg. I mean, they are a very streaky team, both offensively with their shooting and defensively with the pressure. These first few minutes or first few seconds of the game, they put those both together.
And now picking up full court as well.
Javier now. That's Payne. Payne with the 3, no good. Kipp the rebound.
Again, a pretty good look there for Exeter. 3 defenders collapse, allowing Payne the open 3.
Drive into the lane and back outside. That's number 3, TJ White, no good. Picked up there by Rodriguez and Stout. Wow, 11-0. How do you stop that?
Well, and if you ask the head coach for Exeter, he's going to say get the first rebound, right? A second chance opportunity on the long rebound. Can't let that rebound hit the floor. Muhlenberg got a second possession.
Well, and just like you were saying, they've had some good looks on offense. That time it's a steal, and Rodriguez saves it. Oh, looked like he stepped out, and he did.
And if the official didn't see it, I think the student section right here to our right was going to let them know about it.
Well, from our broadcast position, I actually saw that. One of the few times I can actually see something. And normally we complain about how bad my eyes are here.
That's not true. We call you Eagle Eye Badgley.
All right, here's David Heiser now. And that's number 5. And, they lost it out of bounds. Unfortunately, Reese Gantner just couldn't hang on to it, went out of bounds.
That's the right idea from Gantner there, Bruce. He's just looking to get into the lane, create a 2-point look. Just got a little bit too deep. There's size there on the front court from Muhlenberg. Made that difficult for him on the drive.
Stout dribbles, back fade, and an air ball. Oh, beautiful play there by number 3, TJ White, to knock it off the Exeter player out of bounds. Aaron Archie now in the game for Muhlenberg, and he'll inbounds the ball. Stout right in front of us. Got it! 14-0. Wow. And another timeout by Exeter.
Well, it's one way to start the basketball game. It's another back screen, this time off an inbounds play underneath the basket. Catch and shoot, really good offense and really good play design by Ty Nesby.
Well, as he talked about, Exeter's had some good looks at the basket. Haven't been able to convert. Muhlenberg has really converted on just about everything. I think they've only missed one shot so far. But, wow, that defensive pressure coupled with that great shooting, that equals 14-0.
14-0 indeed. And now time for Exeter. 5:05 to play here in the first quarter, Bruce. There's still a lot of basketball left. Still a little bit more than 29 minutes to play in this game. And you're not going to get 14 back right away. It's about getting good shots up every time, not turning the ball over, and taking your chances with what comes next. This is a very talented Exeter team, outscoring their opponents by about 7 points per game and losing a really tough one to a very good Reading team last week in overtime. This one's not over, certainly, by any stretch. Exeter, though, got to start right now, getting possessions and getting shots on the offensive end.
Totally agree. You can't get 14 points on one possession. So it's one possession at a time. Pick up the defensive pressure. I think, away from the ball will help. Inside there. And no good there. That was by Reese Gantner, and a foul inside.
That's a great job. Offensive carom there. But really the nice look to the outside for Javier. Didn't hit the 3, but we're seeing Muhlenberg is committing multiple defenders, double teams underneath on the catch.
David Heiser, no good. And up strong there with the rebound was Tyler Goldsboro, and he got hacked.
Goldsboro, 12 points per game, but most importantly there on that possession, 2 offensive caroms, Bruce. A 61% foul shooter goes to the line.
TJ White had the foul there from Muhlenberg. And up and in. That's what they need to get. Just like we talked about, solid possessions, productive possessions, and he makes them both. So 14-2 now. They're off to Schneid with about 4:38 to go here in the opening quarter. Oh, beautiful give and go, or beautiful pass by Kip there to Anthony Espinoza.
Got to the middle of the defense, forced that secondary defender. Great look to the weak side.
And a turnover there for Exeter. Got to keep that composure. But Muhlenberg has just started out like a house of fire, both offensively and defensively. Aaron Archie now. That's TJ White. Drives all the way to the basket. Woo-hoo!
It's inside and out right now, Bruce. The dribble drive effective in recent possessions for Muhlenberg.
Yeah, nice drive there by Gantner. No good.
It's a lot of contact, Bruce. No call.
Archie fast and in. Aaron Archie. How many weapons is Muhlenberg going to throw at these guys? David Heiser now. Quick shot, no good. He's been off the mark all night so far. Archie, fast break to Kip. Stolen away. Great defense there Muhlenberg up with it again, no good. Kip with the rebound. And Muhlenberg settling it down. Got a little chaotic there underneath the basket, but smart play pulling it back out by the senior. Stout. Fakes, drives, shoots, no good. Goldsboro there with the rebound. David Heiser's got to get on track.
I think that's a key, no doubt about it. Averaging 20 points per game, one of the best three-point shooters in the area.
Oh, nice drive there by Alex Javier. Looks like he drew the foul. Haven't seen a signal yet. Yeah, it looks like Kip's going to draw the foul on that. But, yeah, you know, getting good looks at the basket, driving the basket, getting to the line. I mean, just like you talked about, it's all a process here for Exeter to get back in this game.
70% from the line, Alex Javier.
No good on the first. Javier averaging 16.6 per game. Second leading scorer on the team. Second one is in. So 20-3 now in favor of Muhlenberg here with about 2:50 to go in quarter number one. Aaron Archie drives. And that's Stout with the three, no good. Picked up by David Heiser. Fast break to Javier, drives up and in. Good play there on the break. You know, if you can't run the set offense, start running. I mean, do something different. Good job there.
That time it was an ill-advised shot. Another one goes begging. So that creates two possessions here for Exeter, Bruce.
Javier now all the way to the basket. It's blocked there, but laid up and in there by number 23, Brad Noker.
Oh, that's just brilliant. Brilliant from Javier, drawing the second defender, getting in the air, and seeing a cutting big man to the weak side.
Stout looking for some opening to the center. Back outside. And that's good for Ruben Rodriguez.
Stout, he's a scorer, but that time a distributor, just hangs in the air, waits for that second defender. There's the safety valve in the corner. Great execution by Muhlenberg.
So 23-7, down to about a minute 40. Gantner, no good. Tough shot, good defense there. And stolen, Gantner by Javier, and he's fouled. Looks like that foul was on TJ White. Getting a little fast pace here. With about a minute 34 to go. Javier at the line for two.
It's about the first time tonight, Bruce, that the break didn't serve Muhlenberg properly there. They've been able to get down behind the defense, create easy looks. One thing you can't do when you're running the floor like that, turn it over. A nice job of the active hands by Exeter.
Into the game there, number 11, Jordan Rear for Muhlenberg. Ty Nesby, you know, I've seen so many of his games. I can honestly tell you, I've never been able to figure out from one game to the next what his substitution patterns are. I mean, he just uses his whole team. Driving to the lane there, number 25, Ruben Rodriguez. But, you know, I know Ty pretty well. I can tell you what, there isn't a coach that I've seen that, you know, can use his whole team like he does. And I think that that's, you know, the reason why they have such balanced scoring.
No doubt about that. And he's also blessed with a very good roster here. You've seen him go deep already here today. Just about everybody can put it on the deck, shoot it from deep, space the floor. This is a tough team to handle.
And that one rolls around and good. So 1 for 2 for Rodriguez, 24-9 with about a minute 25 to go here in quarter number one. Thanks for joining us here on LL Hoops Berksbeat. And an offensive foul this time on number 23, Brandon Noker.
Jacob Stout saw that well. It was an immediate switch on that high ball screen. He slides from the weak side, gets out of that what would be the restricted area. Obviously, there's none drawn here at the high school level, Bruce, but got himself out from under the basket, set up position, takes the charge.
So Muhlenberg, brand new possession here. Aaron Archie with the ball. Archie down the lane, takes it all the way. Got to get somebody in front of him there, but Aaron Archie, beautiful move to the basket for Muhlenberg.
Quickness and toughness from Archie early on 2 drives to the basket. First fighting through contact, that one just gliding past the defender. Kid showing a little bit of everything in his junior campaign.
You know, the one thing that always impresses me about Muhlenberg, I mean, the spacing on the floor. I mean, it just opens everything up. Not only that drive that you saw from Archie, but the 3 balls as well. One of the things that I always marvel when I watch Muhlenberg play. David Heiser, Archie just blanketing him. Great defense by Muhlenberg. Javier, the pull-up. 26-11 now.
Make no mistake, Ty Nesby in the ear of the official right there. Could have been 2 push-offs called on that possession. Neither was. Keep an eye for that later in the game if he can talk to the officials a little bit, get him going.
Archie again to the hole, no good. Driving, that's number 12, Colin Payne. That's 32, Goldsboro. David Heiser, and out of bounds. Trying to get the last shot over there to Alex Javier. You know, that defense, that's where, you know, the quick pass, trying to get it there really quick to beat that defense, you know, cost them. That's what caused the turnover. Rodriguez, fade away, good! Wow! And David Heiser, a deep one, no good at the end of one. 28-11 in favor of Muhlenberg. I mean, we couldn't take a breath describing that action. I can't even imagine what it's like out on the floor, Bob.
It's a really incredible first quarter there from Muhlenberg. No other way to slice it. Averaging just a shade under 80 points per game in a 32-minute basketball game. Well above that.
Thank you very much to Imperium Management Services for all your support of high school football and basketball action here at on BCTV as well as LLHoops.com. Imperium Management Services. So we're ready for quarter number 2, Bob. What do you think about your first quarter of Berks League basketball?
First thing I want to talk about, Bruce, is the intensity in the gym here. This is great. This is fantastic. It's one of those homey gyms that you hear legends about in the high school basketball ranks, and I know there's a whole bunch of them out this way. This is great, though. A wonderful student section here from Exeter, and yes, it's a deficit for their home team, but I haven't seen any lacking in that momentum or that intensity coming from the student section. And then from Muhlenberg, the ability to stretch it out, hit the 3, space the floor, that's what drove their ability to get to the basket over the second portion of that first quarter. Ty Nesby running his plan to a T here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So Rodriguez now drives, passes back off. That's number 11, Jordan Rear, off to, that was number 13, Randy Guzman, no good.
Solid box out that time by Goldsboro.
And he brings it up himself. Colin Payne getting hemmed in. Alex Javier back over to Goldsboro. Nice little jumper, and he missed everything, but a nice rebound there. Now, I don't know if that was a pass or not, but it sure looked like it could have been one. Nice basket, though, by Noker. Stout, fake, drives, no good. And it looks like it got knocked out of bounds by Exeter.
That's a good defensive possession, though, crashing that defensive glass, and on the prior possession, crashing the offensive glass. Really the first time I think Ty Nesby's team defensively really got out of sorts. 4 guys on one side of the floor allowed the weak side rebound and a good finish by Exeter.
Back in the game, Tyler Kipp, Jacob Stout takes a seat. Out front there, that's Guzman to Rodriguez. Back to Guzman. Driving, good defense, and a nice rebound there by Noker. Off to David Heiser. Looking for something, drives, and he got an acrobatic basket. Matt, he just doesn't care. I mean,
4 blue shirts, Bruce. He does not care. You couldn't have said it better.
He just doesn't care. He was going to the basket, and he told them, you just try and stop me, and they didn't. And he converts the old-fashioned three-point play and cuts the deficit to 12.
Bruce, it all starts on the defensive end, though, for Exeter.
And they have been playing much tougher on the inside. Rodriguez, you can't beat that. You just can't beat that.
How about that early answer there in the second quarter from Muhlenberg?
All right, Javier, David Heiser. You know, they blanketed him. Goldsboro, cross court, not a good pass there.
What a play there defensively by Ruben Rodriguez, though. The freshman stepping up huge.
Anthony Espinoza, no good. Great rebound by Canu. And on the floor, and it looks like it's going to be a held ball situation, and it's going to go over to Exeter.
I hope Kip's okay there. He just fell on his own there, which makes me think that spot might be a little moist. Condensation here in the gym. Packed house, kind of hot in here. Might want to get a towel in that area at some point before the half.
You know, there used to be people that used to have like a, you know, that mop. You never see those at gyms anywhere, at least on the high school side. All right, David Heiser now. Javier. Deep three, no good. Goldsboro saves it. Oh, great play there by Rodriguez. Espinoza. Oh, and he missed the layup. Rodriguez tracks it down. Archie, Kip, Espinoza. Oh, and he's blocked. David Heiser. He is going to the basket, and he's fouled.
Oh, and it's the hesitation dribble from David Heiser there. He really had nowhere to go, but just gets the defender flat-footed by stopping and then starting. Big time from David Heiser. He'll shoot two.
I tell you what, this is fun to watch, let alone broadcast.
They're running wind sprints out there right now, Bruce.
Well,
up and down the floor.
Quite honestly, I think that favors Muhlenberg. You know, in the scheme of things, Ty, I think, has a little bit deeper bench, but hey, we'll see. So 31-18. You know, every time Exeter, makes a run, Muhlenberg has that answer. TJ White now looking for help. Kip, no good. Missed that. David Heiser now. I think a big possession here.
Got to get a good shot.
And it's stolen away, and a foul looks like.
Yeah, Kip got held there by David Heiser after the initial tip.
So Muhlenberg with the ball. I felt that was an important possession just to get it back, to pretty much possibly single digits there.
No doubt about it, but same position here for Exeter. Get a stop and then get a bucket.
Rodriguez. He has been money. Wow. Ruben Rodriguez, a great first half so far.
And overall, Bruce, a great first season of high school basketball. Can you believe this kid's a freshman?
Unbelievable. Nice three attempt there, in and out. Tough walk there for Payne. Oh, that looked like a double dribble. Yes, it was. So the turnover gives it back to Exeter. Muhlenberg with the 33-18 advantage. We got 4:37 here remaining until halftime in a really fast-paced, entertaining first half of action here. LL Hoops Berksbeat. Goldsboro directing traffic out top. Oh, I think Noker zigged and Javier thought he was going to zag and threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, a little wire cross there. I think it's important for Colin Payne. We've seen him get a lot of good looks. He was the one that took that last three for Exeter. It was halfway down. It was in rhythm. He's had a few looks that have just been the least bit long. Let's see if he can get on track.
TJ White driving to the basket. And Tyler Kipp not afraid to go in amongst the big boys, as well as shoot the three.
Toughness from the senior guard there, Bruce.
I'll tell you what, Aaron Archie is all over. David Heiser forces the ball loose and gets it. Looks like and Ty Nesby a quick timeout to save the possession.
Who wants the ball more, Bruce? Aaron Archie wants the ball more. First on the floor, gets the timeout from his head coach. That's a tremendous play there, but again, those are those 50-50 balls that the team down by 15 points needs to get.
Thanks so much to our title sponsor, Small Player Big Play. We stream games in Small Player Big Play. The link to this game is in Small Player Big Play. Safe social media for youth sports, game streaming, fundraising. It's free on the App Store. Give it a download, and also on Google Play. Small Player Big Play, the next thing in sports social media. So 3:53 here to go until halftime. Muhlenberg actually stretching the lead here to 35-18. In the game for Muhlenberg was number 4 there, Ali Kanu. And it looks like we got a foul. Not sure exactly who that was.
Yeah, it's going to go against number 24, Adam Warner, the junior. He collapsed he collected the rebound off the air ball there from the shooter here at the foul line, TJ White. But White able to come in and steal that pass as they were trying to outlet it. Warner just needs to keep an eye there and really not throw that pass. That one was jumped by White.
Second on the way, and it's good. So 36-18.
Huge 3 minutes and 45 seconds here, Bruce.
Absolutely, absolutely. The last 3 minutes, of the going into the half and the first 3 minutes coming out of a half, always so very important. And that's Gantner, and he loses it. Javier tracks it down. Oh, and he pushed off there. That's where Ty Nesby getting in the officials. Making them watch that.
We mentioned it earlier in the game, Bruce. Yes. Yep, that's the exact same play that wasn't called before. Nesby wasn't arguing for that call, as you were saying. He was arguing for the next one, and that's where it came.
Archie drives the lane. Back out to Rodriguez, who's been money all night, and he is again! Ruben Rodriguez just shooting the lights out of the basket.
How about an introduction for the freshman Ruben Rodriguez, 11 points per game. The freshman saying, I'm here in Berks County to play some hoops.
Good defense here.
Why not?
Kip now. Aaron Archie settling it down. Look at the spacing on the floor here.
And there's no hurry here for Muhlenberg as well. Here comes the high ball screen.
Not at all. Beautiful. Oh, and he traveled. Yep. Extra steps there. So going to give the ball over to Exeter. Muhlenberg just doing everything right. And, shooting percentage-wise, they've just been outstanding in this first half. David Heiser has been blanketed all night. Goldsboro.
That's great
David
ball movement.
Heiser got it.
And you see the difference? You step into a three, a little dribble drive penetration, the extra pass, you step into a three. That's big time from Exeter, a big time basket there.
Good ball movement, good spacing on the floor. Archie, gives it to Canoe, and he got it.
Nice job by the senior there, a little less than 3 points per game, but understands the situation, doesn't panic, and puts it up.
Gantner. And another, must have been a moving screen away from the ball somewhere. I don't know who that was on, but that was on, looks like number 4, David Heiser. That's his second. I don't think fouls much matter to Exeter now. They've got to keep everybody in the game here, regardless.
Well, it is interesting that he stays in here on defense for what could have been or could be one of the last few possessions of the half.
Archie takes it to the basket. Oh, rimming, no. Goldsboro stolen by Archie. Inside, a pass stolen by Gantner. Javier drives And they called another offensive foul on him. He just lowers that, puts that shoulder down every time now. After Nesby talked to the official, they're calling that on Javier.
And perhaps a guy that's used to getting by his defender a little bit more easily than that, Bruce. That time, the defender's with him every step of the way. Chuck the elbow out a little bit and get called for it.
So down to about a minute 15. Muhlenberg in no hurry here. Interesting to see how they're going to play this. Archie didn't get it. Nice defense there by Goldsboro. Got the rebound. That's Payne. Over to David Heiser. Drives to the basket and in. They've just got to get the ball in his hands in good position to get back in this game. So we're under a minute to go, Bob. 41-23 Muhlenberg.
Nesby imploring his team to space it out. Under 40 seconds to play. Perhaps this is the last shot, unless you get some dribble drive and an easy finish at the hoop.
Rodriguez!
Like that.
He can shoot the three and drive right around you. Impressive freshman, Ruben Rodriguez. David Heiser. Gantner. Javier. I don't know.
6 seconds left here.
Javier now drives, and he's fouled as he goes.
Going to be on the floor, Bruce. 8th team foul for Muhlenberg. Front end of the 1-and-1 for Javier. 1.7 on the clock.
Yeah, we're right in the line of fire with just about everybody asking us questions about points and everything else. So,
well, I'm straining my neck here, but I think what I see is Ruben Rodriguez, the freshman, averaging a little over 11 points per game, has 16 through 16 minutes of basketball. And he's been impressive every step of the way. He's done it in a very efficient way tonight as well.
So Javier makes that one. 1.7 left. A heave, and that does it. For the first half, 43 for Muhlenberg, 25 for Exeter. Pretty impressive half of basketball for these Muhlenberg Mules. But I tell you what, there's a lot of intensity on those faces as they head to the locker room, Bob.
Oh, it's a great basketball game, no doubt about it. This has been a high-paced, high-tempo type game. If you are going to take anything as a Exeter fan here, 15 points allowed in the second quarter versus 28 in the first. So the dam is kind of shut somewhat here, and now it's about getting more efficient possessions on the offensive end. They're turning the ball over too much and turning it over in live ball situations. Can't do that against a team like Muhlenberg, so good in transition. Looking forward to this second half and seeing what adjustments Exeter has to come into play. I don't see this game being over by any stretch. It's going to have to be a little bit by a little bit here for Exeter, but a great second half coming up.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, very entertaining, quite honestly. Ruben Rodriguez there, I mean, there's always seemed to be somebody who steps up from Muhlenberg in any given night. That's what's great about this team is how difficult is that for a coach to try and game plan against somebody coming off the bench and, having that kind of night.
It's got to be pretty difficult. That's why I'm in broadcasting.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. Listen, we've got some announcements that we're going to show you. We'll be back in a few minutes for the second half of this great game. Muhlenberg on top, 43-25 over Exeter. We'll see you in a few minutes.
That's great, man.
It took me a little while to, the bad part is the first quarter is always bad for me just because of the setup.
Yeah.
Once I get into the flow of the game, it's so much easier.
No doubt about it.
Attention parents and coaches. Do you wish you had a safe social media platform for your youth athletes? Fortunately for you, there's a revolutionary new app that helps with just that. Introducing Small Player, Big Play. Small Player, Big Play app provides young athletes, parents, and coaches a user-friendly sports social media platform. The app allows users to connect with friends, make new friends, create groups, text, chat, and post pictures and videos of you and your teammates participating in your favorite sport or activity. To begin, users can simply download and sign up for the app using an email account. Younger users have the ability to sign up using their smartphone and a parent's email address. From there, users can begin to interact and engage with other users of the app. Small Player Big Play app also gives users the ability to live stream full games and events. You can live stream your event so that friends, family, or anyone in the world can see you in action. Users can also share posts from the app to their other social media accounts like Facebook and Twitter. What are you waiting for? Get in the game and share your love of sports with the world. Download the Small Player Big Play app today. Attention parents and coaches. Do you wish you had a safe social media platform for your youth athletes? Fortunately for you, there's a revolutionary new app that helps with just that. Introducing Small Player, Big Play. Small Player Big Play app provides young athletes, parents, and coaches a user-friendly sports social media platform. The app allows users to connect with friends, make new friends, create groups, text, chat, and post pictures and videos of you and your teammates participating in your favorite sport or activity. To begin, users can simply download and sign up for the app using an email account. Younger users have the ability to sign up using their smartphone and a parent's email address. From there, users can begin to interact and engage with other users of the app. Small Player Big Play app also gives users the ability to live stream full games and events. You can live stream your event so that friends, family, or anyone in the world can see you in action. Users can also share posts from the app to their other social media accounts like Facebook and Twitter. What are you waiting for? Get in the game and share your love of sports with the world. Download the Small Player Big Play app today. Attention parents and coaches. Do you wish you had a safe social media platform for your youth athletes? Fortunately for you, there's a revolutionary new app that helps with just that. Introducing Small Player, Big Play. Small Player Big Play app provides young athletes, parents, and coaches a user-friendly sports social media platform. The app allows users to connect with friends, make new friends, create groups, text, chat, and post pictures and videos of you and your teammates participating in your favorite sport or activity. To begin, users can simply download and sign up for the app using an email account. Younger users have the ability to sign up using their smartphone and a parent's email address. From there, users can begin to interact and engage with other users of the app. Small Player Big Play app also gives users the ability to live stream full games and events. You can live stream your event so that friends, family, or anyone in the world can see you in action. Users can also share posts from the app to their other social media accounts like Facebook and Twitter. What are you waiting for? Get in the game and share your love of sports with the world. Download the Small Player Big Play app today.
LL Hoops Berksbeat action. Bruce Badgley, my buddy Bob Long up from Philadelphia, 43 from Muhlenberg, Exeter with 25, and a pretty impressive first half of basketball for the Muhlenberg Mules, Bob.
Yeah, it's really a tale of two portions of that first half. They started down by knocking down 4 of their first 5 threes. 4 of their first 5 buckets were also threes. And then that spaced the floor out. Exeter says, we got to defend at that perimeter. They did so, really. Less threes over the course of the second part of the first half, but that allowed a lot of driving lanes, and Muhlenberg really successful in getting to the basket, drawing some contact, and finishing at the rim. Very impressive effort from Nesby's squad.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, you hear it in football a lot, but in basketball, that's what Muhlenberg's doing. They're taking what the defense is giving them, and, you know, they're up by, you know, a 43-25 margin as we start the second half. So going to be pretty interesting to see, you know, what Exeter, I mean, is going to pull out of that bag of tricks, you know, to get back in this game. That's a pretty tall order.
Well, job number 1, no more live ball turnovers. This Muhlenberg team is too good in transition. Can't give the ball away at half court without numbers getting back. Got to get shots every possession, but if you are going to turn it over, don't give it to them with a running head start.
Yeah, and you know, Muhlenberg has definitely, you know, caused those turnovers. So Rodriguez now knocked out of bounds there by Muhlenberg, or by Exeter, and we're ready for the second half here.
Here's Rodriguez. This is the guy that was the star in the first half, 16 points, but a little bit too much dribbling there, Bruce.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, that's what will get a team back in is a lot of turnovers. So, you know, valuing the ball still paramount for Muhlenberg as well. So David Heiser now, they've really, even though he had 10 points in the first half to lead Exeter in scoring, he really was contained. Javier drives, no good. Rebound and in there by number 24, Adam Warner.
I thought a little nudge down there as well. Could have been a count it and one opportunity for Exeter. Whistle stays silent.
TJ White for 3. Number 3 with a 3. Incredible.
Nice answer that time from Muhlenberg.
You know, Exeter just a little asleep there on defense on the perimeter. They took advantage. David Heiser. I mean, they were just all over him. Payne. No good. Kip.
Yeah, it's a tough angle there.
White. And a nice steal by Javier. Unfortunately, lost out of bounds.
To your point about David Heiser and bottling him up, yes, every time he puts the ball on the turf, there's going to be a second defender there. You know why? Because there isn't nearly the balance on the Exeter side as there is on the Muhlenberg side. And they're okay getting beaten by somebody else. But Matt David Heiser, nor Alex Javier are going to be the ones to get those open shots if Ty Nesby has anything to say about it.
Absolutely, and it looks like they're going to make him just spread the floor here. Rodriguez. Nice defense by Javier, forces the turnover.
Nicely done there, that time staying with the freshman all the way to the basket. Active hands at the right moment.
Alex Javier, terrific athlete. He's an all-state receiver in football. Got a couple Division I offers. Showing his athleticism there on that defensive play. And now taking it to the basket and in for the two. And somebody is hurt.
Unfortunately, a lot of pain there for Kanu Haji. It was a brilliant move there from Javier to spin out of his first defender, then shield off the second on his way to the basket.
He is in obvious agony.
And tough to see in live time, but might have been where Javier lands first, and then Haji lands as well right on top of the foot.
Looks like they're, you always hate to speculate about, injuries and that. And
just hope that Haji's okay, can get up, walk this one off.
Trainer, Coach Ty Nesby there with him.
Well, and really, those are the unsung heroes of high school sports, are the trainers. They're here at every event, nights, weekends, and just the professional support that these players get to make sure that after an injury like this, that the players are going to get the best care that they can.
That's probably the single biggest improvement that I've seen in scholastic sports is, the professionalism and the types of training. I know that when I played in high school, I didn't have a trainer. I mean,
Right.
We didn't have a trainer. So we had a manager. He was the manager and the trainer. So,
And you might not want to take medical advice from that person?
Not mine. Eddie Rugi, I think his dad ran a meat market, so I guess you can imagine. And that's Jacob Stout. Jacob Stout there with the runner in the lane, 48-29. I know they talk about that's a Bruceism there, but we have a lot of fun doing these broadcasts. We hope our fans watching tonight are enjoying the broadcast. Goldsboro's blocked from behind by Espinoza, and he got called for the foul. He thought he had a clean one.
He's not the only one. I thought that was absolutely clean at the top there. But let's go back to Tyler Goldfrow there before the ball got there. Great seal there of his defender on the baseline. Just a really athletic play from Espinoza to get back into the play. Called for the foul. But again, let's talk about Goldfrow. His fundamentally sound approach to the postgame and the seal allowed him for that unfettered catch.
And fought for. Rodriguez tracks it down. Muhlenberg up 48-29 here. 5:30 to go. Quarter three. TJ White, no good. Fought for inside there. And Tyler Kipp's going to try a three. No good. In and out. Payne to David Heiser.
Give it up.
It just went right
No.
through the defense.
Oh, that's tremendous that time. I thought David Heiser's got to give that up to Javier, but saw that the defense was pinching a little bit and guessing towards that baseline, so he dribbles right through. Well done by David Heiser.
He's just fearless. Rodriguez underneath for Espinoza. Oh, he misses the layup. Goldsboro.
It's a great rebound.
Payne now looking for the opening. And underneath a miss there by Goldsboro, but back up and in. And he draws the foul.
Give him an offensive rebound, 2 points for your money, and one more coming at the line. Great job by Goldsboro to stay with it, but let's not forget Colin Payne with the jump stop into the lane, creates that defender having to come to the strong side. There's Goldsboro on the weak side wide open.
Absolutely, absolutely. You don't get that wide open out of the basketball. That's a really good assist.
He missed his last two at the foul line, Bruce. An important one here, and really the rest of the way. Anytime they get foul shots, got to convert.
So the old-fashioned three-point play, and it's 48-34 with about 4:40 to go. Aaron Archie in the game again from Muhlenberg, handing it off to number 21. That was Joshua Rivera, and laying it in And Muhlenberg just continues to pour it on.
How about the junior Rivera's first time out there on the floor?
Nice drive by Gantner. Goldsboro battling, still battling. Tracking it down. Here's Archie on the fast break. White, no good. Javier battling inside for the board. There really wasn't anybody under the basket for Exeter.
And on the other side, a great rebound again for Goldsboro. He's been great in there. Just the finish wasn't quite there on that one, and Muhlenberg got a really good look in transition. Could have been an early dagger if that one went down.
Jordan Rear enters the game for Muhlenberg. And knocked out of bounds there by Goldsboro on the inbounds. So Muhlenberg will try it again. Aaron Archie to inbound. And it looks like we got a moving screen or offensive foul there.
Yeah, it's going to be a moving screen. It's a point of emphasis across all levels of basketball. High school, no exception. Really want that freedom of movement to be consistent across all levels of basketball. And any nudge like that, any extension like that is going to be called.
So David Heiser now. Tough man-to-man by Muhlenberg, way out high. Payne moves, drives, no good. And
don't put that on the floor.
Fast break down to Archie. He saves it? No.
Yeah, that one there. Understand the idea. But Ben McGovern just catch and go right up. He puts that down, and there's three smaller guys all around him like sharks trying to get that ball away, and indeed they did.
Yeah,
it's a good feed to the weak side, but go right up.
Got to keep the ball above your head there. Don't take it in amongst where everybody else is. So Payne to inbounds here. Here's David Heiser. Archie on him. Goldsboro, Payne. That's number 25, drawing the foul, Ben McGovern.
That's tremendous off-ball movement there, Bruce. He's on the weak side wing, comes right into the center, sees that his ball handler's having trouble, flashes to the middle of the paint. That's so good from Ben McGovern.
No good on the first free throw. And he misses the second, and oh gosh, misses both, draws the foul.
Yeah, Rivera, a pretty good box out there as well. That's one that'll haunt Exeter. They've missed 4 free throws here, perhaps even more in the last few minutes, and that hurts. With down 16, opportunities to score with the clock stopped.
Yeah, especially here in the third quarter. Important that they at least get a dent into that lead, and Muhlenberg's turning the ball over here now. They've got to value the basketball just like Exeter a little bit better.
Yeah, both teams ratcheting up the defensive intensity a little bit. That time just an unforced error by the junior Archie.
David Heiser, fearless, and drives to the basket for the lay-in.
A lot of contact, could have gone either way. Block, charge, perhaps they say Rivera went down just a little bit easy and no call.
Play on. Inside there, that's White, and he misses. But good feed inside there by Josh Rivera. He's had some good passes since he's gotten into the game.
No doubt about that. And the junior TJ White, also very disciplined. And Ty Nesby has these guys moving so well off the ball. That's a tremendous back cut there to provide some presence at the strong side block.
So White misses the second. And David Heiser now.
2:40 here, Bruce. 15-point deficit. A couple of stops and a couple of buckets. We got ourselves one heck of a game going into the fourth quarter.
Absolutely right. I think these last couple minutes of the quarter are going to be very important. And that just wasn't smart. I mean, he just lowered his shoulder and just drove right into the man. I mean, that's going to be called every single time.
And another giveaway that time from Exeter.
So Muhlenberg with the ball. TJ White to inbounds. Rodriguez back in the game after a little bit of rest. White drives right to the basket and in with the left hand.
There's that 4 out, 1 in offense, Bruce. Space the floor, open up the paint, and a tremendous drive from TJ White.
So 53-36. You know, just when you thought, you know, Muhlenberg might give him a little opening, they just shut the door closed.
Still time here, of course. 17 points. Exeter's got to get shots on every possession.
David Heiser just launching it, no good. Stout, Rivera gives it up. David Heiser on the break. Oh, they was not called a goaltend, but anyway, that was Ben McGovern.
Tough to say, Bruce, whether that one hit the glass or not first. Might need to slow it down like that LeBron one in 2016, the finals.
That's all right. You know,
it's a good finish on the rebound there. Good job to run the floor by McGovern.
It did not matter. It still ended up as an Exeter basket. So,
and it's going to go on the Muhlenberg highlight reel as a result.
Exactly. So Rodriguez now makes that one.
That's his first point of the second half. Rodriguez, 16 points in the first half, has been stymied here in the second.
Well, the look on your face when that wasn't called off of the backboard there was priceless. I wish everybody could have seen that.
Tell you what, they might have gotten it right. It was very close. My disbelief might have been the athleticism of the play.
Yes, exactly right. So David Heiser now looking for an opening. Goal. Oh, right along the baseline. Javier now driving to the center, and he walks. Shuffled his feet. 55-38 Muhlenberg. They've got the ball with 1:22 to go.
You know, that's actually very good ball movement there from Exeter. Obviously, the result doesn't pan out the way they want, but draw the double on the one side block, bring it to the other side, and get Javier a driving lane.
Rodriguez, here's Rivera, who's really played a very solid game. Ty Nesby, wasn't really sad. You know what? He's up by, at 55-38. He was just not satisfied with his team's offensive set, and he calls timeout. He's trying to keep these guys just in total focus. Thanks to our friends at Alvernia University. This broadcast is not possible without the support of the Vern Sports Network and Alvernia University. Thank you so much for the support of LL Hoops Berksbeat basketball.
Bruce, we talk a lot on our broadcasts in Philadelphia about timeouts like these. And what I'm about to say doesn't actually apply to Muhlenberg, but because they move so quickly and there's no chance they're holding for the last shot. But when you get into the 1:30, 1:20 time frame, of course there's no shot clock in high school basketball, but you can kind of piece together the last 1:20 if you want to hold on to the ball with timeouts the way they did. As I said, no matter here as they go get a quick one.
So Rodriguez there. Exeter, they just need points. And, great defensive effort there by Rivera. Rodriguez over to TJ White. And
unselfish that time from Ruben Rodriguez.
Yeah, that was a total team basket. And it's stolen away there. Jacob Stout. Fast breaking again. Yeah, Rivera traveled. Extra step.
Bruce, it's unfortunate here for Exeter, but they're going to look back at the last 2-3 minutes of this quarter, and it would have been a long climb anyway, but they're going to look back at the last 2 to 3 minutes, turnovers, live ball turnovers, leading to transition possessions, as really what puts this away for the Muhlenberg team, barring a massive comeback.
Double teaming David Heiser. And a good play by him to knock it off the Muhlenberg player out of bounds. He looks gassed. He just looks gassed. David Heiser, that is.
I think he is. Played just about every minute of the game thus far.
Javier Goldsboro stolen away again by Muhlenberg. Rodriguez across.
Are you kidding me?
Anthony
pass.
Espositoza at the buzzer. The tip pass by Rodriguez, a freshman. Wow. 61-38 in favor of Muhlenberg going to the final quarter.
That's the play I'm going to take away with me home to Philadelphia and remember about this one, among others. But that's a loose ball in the midcourt, and he's just toying with people. He flips the ball up initially, shy of half court, into the front court. There's 2 or 3 other guys there, flips it up to himself, chases it down, curls it all in one motion to his wide-open teammate Espinoza underneath the basket with about a second to spare. That is tremendous from a freshman, Ruben Rodriguez.
All right, going to the final stanza here now. This one really not in doubt. So it's going to be, as a coach, when you're on the Exeter sideline, what are you trying to do in situations like this?
In this situation, Bruce, you're just trying to go possession by possession. Let's go a quarter clean, a quarter without a turnover, and that might be a lot to ask. But let's go 2 minutes without a turnover. Let's go 3 minutes without a turnover. Let's not give Muhlenberg easy opportunities to score in transition because we know that this Muhlenberg team is more than capable of doing it in the half court. No need to make it easier and try to win this last 8-minute stretch. Let's see if Exeter can do that. Build a little bit of momentum because we know that there's another big tilt coming for them this weekend against Reading. Or make that Wilson, excuse me.
Absolutely. Yeah, Friday night, Muhlenberg entertains Reading High. In fact, the game, they are not selling any tickets at the door. It's all advanced sale because they know that it's going to be a sellout. So,
been there. I have been there at, it wasn't at Reading in that particular instance, but it was at Governor Mifflin when LaSalle College High School took on Reading in a state tournament game. That was one heck of an atmosphere, and another one that sold out. And the giveaway here. And Espinoza finishes one more time.
So 63-38. Bob, we're going to have to decide on a player of the game that gets the world-famous LL Hoops T-shirt at the end of the game for player of the game. It could be kind of tough.
I don't think so.
Come on.
No, there's been a lot of guys playing really well. My pick, if it means anything to you, unless something dramatic happens in this fourth quarter, is the freshman Ruben Rodriguez.
Well, we do have it's hard to say that it would be anybody else at this point, but
can I nominate a broadcaster of the game? Does he get a T-shirt? Because that would be my man Bruce Badgley doing a tremendous job here on play-by-play and for hosting me out here. Some scrub from Philadelphia.
Well, the scrub from Philadelphia, Bob Long Sports. If you've not ever watched a Philadelphia Catholic League broadcast with Bob on play-by-play and his great group from LaSalle College High School, you're missing out because it's really great stuff. And I advise you, I always retweet everything that he does because
I appreciate
it's fantastic.
that too.
And it's not only the play-by-play, but your sports report, Villanova sports reports, and that. It's really a sports network. That's why it's Bob Long Sports. So Tyler Kipp there does that three. And wow, we're almost at a 30-point lead. So thanks to Imperium Management Services for your support of high school broadcasting here in Berks County. Football, basketball, Imperium Management Services. Fans, you need to support the businesses that support high school sports. Imperium Management Services is one of those companies. So, I tell you what, even at a 68-39 score, Bob, I mean, the Muhlenberg fans are still into it.
Yeah, this is great. Bringing the folks from Muhlenberg over here to Exeter. You mentioned not a very long trip, and making themselves known, seen, and heard here from Exeter's gym tonight.
You know, and still, you know, the starting lineup in there for Muhlenberg, pretty much, I think with the exception of number 10, Anthony Espinoza, you know, those are all starters out there on the floor. So, and all of them have just done a whale of a job. I mean, I can understand why Ty Nesby has the rotation he does, because he's got 10 guys that could play in any number of different combinations.
Well, and notably, right, this season goes well beyond this game, so you're going to need to prepare that depth for potentially a state tournament run in February and into March.
And David Heiser with the roll. TJ White just took it himself and draws the foul. I mean, nobody stopped the ball, and he just took it right to the hole.
Well, he beat David Heiser, you're right, off the dribble. No help defense until it's way too late. Shoulders contact, bumped off his route, finishing with the offhand. That's really good.
It is very good. So 71-41. Javier tracks it down, and he goes right to the basket and lays it in.
A good Euro step there, Bruce, to avoid Espinoza.
So 71-43. White, oh, misses that one. David Heiser, boy, he got clocked. Somebody did.
Stout did.
And another drive missed by Javier, and out of bounds goes over to Muhlenberg.
A little bit more than 6 minutes to play here, Bruce, and you know the very fabric of this Berks County League better than I do. What type of statement is this making here tonight?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think that it was expected that they were going to come in and win this game. I don't know if anybody expected this margin of victory, but, you know, the game for Muhlenberg is this upcoming Friday with Reading High. You know, despite all of Muhlenberg's success, for them to kind of get over the hump here in Berks County basketball, they got to beat the top dog, who's been Reading High for so many years. You know, they had a home win against Wilson last year, which was impressive. This year, you know, they've got Reading High. Not that they, you know, target any particular team, but I think the people in Berks County will say that Muhlenberg has arrived, you know, when and if they beat Reading High. And they've got them on their home floor. They're playing extremely well. So, you know, that's going to be the big game in Berks, you know, this Friday night.
Now, again, one of the worst things you can do in sports is try transitive property to figure out results. What a wild shot that was. But didn't Reading struggle with this Exeter team?
They did. Exeter took them to overtime just last week. So Reading High pulled out a 6-point win. But, you know, Exeter actually had chances to win that game. You know, that talking with Exeter's coach before the game, he was mentioning about the fact that they had 3 different chances to win that game in regulation and weren't able to pull it out. So, I mean, you know, connecting the dots, boy, you would favor Muhlenberg in that game.
And is that game broadcast?
Unfortunately, it is not. Not broadcast. Friday nights are kind of our LL matchups.
Ah, yes. Good.
So, you know, we've got a good matchup there. But it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be an electric atmosphere this Friday. Muhlenberg and Reading, we talked at halftime the fact that it's only advance. And there's a nice steal there by Espinoza. Drives, no good.
That's a lot of contact.
That is a lot. They're letting him play. Javier, no good. Acrobatic play there. Getting a little street ball here. White, acrobatic, and he's fouled. And it's getting a little chippy out there, too.
Well, the track meet nature of the last minute or so will lend itself to that.
So TJ White at the line. And, let's not forget, another big matchup on Friday night, Governor Mifflin against Wilson. Mifflin is at Wilson that night. Wilson looking to stay, in the running here for the Berks championship, but Governor Mifflin has made some statements. Muhlenberg was down 6 or Governor Mifflin had Muhlenberg down 6 in the fourth quarter last week. So, this from top to bottom, and I was talking to both coaches about this before the game, top to bottom, the Berks League basketball, very, very good this year. Exeter 7-2 on the season with 2 tough losses. Or 7-3, excuse me. So Javier makes that one.
Yeah, I see this Muhlenberg team as a team that can be really good, and there are things that they're going to continue to improve upon over the course of the year. This game kind of lent itself to it a little bit, Bruce, but the turnovers. Muhlenberg turned it over their fair share as well, and to make a deep run in a state tournament, that's one thing to clean up amidst all the talent that they have.
Rivera launched it from NBA three-point range. Archie, his turn. Aaron Archie.
Good unselfish play there by Stout to find Archie there.
And Kip, wow, how did he stay in bounds? Rivera misses. Kip, the tip.
Kip doing everything on that play. Got the offensive rebound, got the steal, and of course, got the bucket.
The one thing about this Muhlenberg team is that no one is really steadfast got a particular role. They'll do it all. They'll take it to the basket. They'll shoot the three. They'll go in there and fight for rebounds. And that's what's good about this Muhlenberg team as well.
So 3:32 left on this one, and just a pleasure to be here, Bruce. I appreciate the time. I appreciate the opportunity to come on out here. I think I'll have a fun ride home. A little bit of an interesting weather day here, but I'm glad we got this one in.
Yeah, it was great. Actually, there were a couple of local games. Love the split screen on the screen there. With
no doubt about it.
Good stuff there. Show producer Louis Galan.
The king of sling, right?
The king of sling. Scott Smith, our camera guy on the court. And the world-famous Nick Fiucci on main camera tonight from Alvernia, our mainstay. This is year 2 for Nick. Appreciate everything that he does. He gets all the equipment for us put together, shows up at the site. Just a great team effort, as Bob witnessed, as you got involved with the duct tape and baling wire, to get one of these broadcasts on the air tonight.
That's the Bruceism, right?
Yeah, that's the Bruceism, I guess.
Well, I can speak a little bit to the team aspect of this as well. It just doesn't happen without the other team members involved, right? Without our camera folks, it's it's an audio-only broadcast. Without Lewis, we're just talking to ourselves. So it's very important to have a great team, and certainly I can see you have that.
Oh, did he call bank? I don't know, but Dwayne Terrell got the 3. And he got the rebound there. So Jason Gavin, excuse me. Or no, it is Garvin. And he does it himself.
Very nice footwork there. Kept the pivot foot the whole time.
And a timeout, looks like.
Coaching to the end, Bruce.
Coaching to the end is right. I'll tell you what, knowing Ty Nesby as well as I do, there's no let up in that guy. Thanks so much to our title sponsor, Small Player Big Play app, Safe Social Media for Youth Sports, Closed Loop, Safe Social Media, game streaming, fundraising. What isn't there about the Small Player Big Play app? It's free at the App Store. Give it a try. And
we say coaching to the end, right? It's a 32-minute basketball game. No less, no more, unless there's an overtime, of course. But that's the mindset you want your players to play with. And in this particular case, it's guys that don't normally get the time. And the starters mostly are going to sit at this point. So get yourself an opportunity to have guys a little bit lower on the depth chart, maybe some younger guys that are going to get more and more varsity experience and at some point in their career be the guy.
You know, in most instances that I've been involved in games where, you know, it gets a little bit out of hand, this is where I usually see coaches actually coach their hardest, because it's with these players that are seeing, you know, meaningful or game time minutes that, you know, really they're trying to get rid of mistakes and, you know, fine-tune their game.
Good double there.
And getting a little sloppy out there at the moment. Joey Schlaffer, freshman, gives it up to Rivera, who's really played a solid game off the bench. Grant Watson, nice block there by Ryan Miller. And there's the three, no good. And Miller tries it again, and it goes out of bounds to Exeter.
That's a good offensive rebound there by Ryan Miller, the senior. Got it pulled away, maybe be a little bit stronger going up, but that's a great play by the senior Miller to get in there and get that offensive rebound in his hands. And there's a good cut by Miller, but he traveled first.
He did. Took an extra step, cutting across the lane. So down to 132, Bob. You know, our player of the game, you know, you touched on it.
I just offered a suggestion, of course.
You know, pretty clear that Ruben Rodriguez set the tone for this game with a big first half. He was just all over the floor, inside, outside, defense.
It's got to be 10 seconds sometime, right?
Looks like we got a foul
Foul first, I guess.
Helping him up. Good sportsmanship. Looks like the foul was on Jason Garvin. So that's going to put number 21 to the line. Josh Rivera. Lot of nice assists by Rivera all night long.
Yeah, we didn't see him until the second half at any point. I like his role on this team.
And breaking down and trying to save it was number 2 there, Brady Benson. And they're going to actually give that to Exeter.
Yeah, that's either a minute and 17 left, give it to Exeter call, or didn't quite get down the floor call. And that was not off on Muhlenberg.
Well, we did tell the refs they were going to be on TV tonight. So maybe he's a little camera shy.
In that case, don't go back and watch this. I thought it was fine.
Man. Rivera, I don't think Ty was interested in that launching a three. That's okay. Nice move inside there by number 34, Joey Schlaffer. He's a freshman.
That's good footwork there from the freshman. You said it, Bruce.
And he was actually a big part of their football team. He actually started at receiver as a freshman on the football squad too. So I think he actually was in the starting lineup against Governor Mifflin when I saw them earlier this season.
Well, I can see good athlete there. Certainly room to grow into that frame. Has a little bit of size, and freshman in high school, still room to grow.
Yeah, lane violation.
That's the great thing about high school sports in general, Bruce, is that we see a lot of the same names from one sport to another.
Grant Watson, rejected there by number 33, Ryan Miller. You know, he's played well on defense here down the stretch. Rivera, he was looking to take the three. Doesn't matter. And stolen away, and looks like out of bounds to Exeter. Down to 25.9 left, Bob.
The home run pass there from Exeter.
I think under a minute to go, I'm down 28 pass.
Yep.
Nice try there by Benson, no good. And Muhlenberg now just probably going to dribble it out. Launching though, no good. Exeter with the rebound. Number 10 there, no good. And in there for Ryan Miller, and that's going to end it. Final score, Muhlenberg 80, Exeter 54. I can't thank Bob Long enough for being along with us. We're going to have our LL Hoops player of the game. Ruben Rodriguez is going to join us here. Bob, I'll ask you to, when he comes over, you give up your headset there, and then we'll do a summary after we do the presentation, you and I, and that. But, it's been a lot of fun. What did you think about, your first Berks League game?
Tremendous. Great experience here. Muhlenberg played very well. Exeter struggled at times throughout the game, but one thing that wasn't lacking was the effort, the intensity in the building here as well. Certainly love Berks County Hoops, would welcome the opportunity to come back. And, hey, when you tell Ruben, when you see him and you bring him on the air, tell him how great of a game I thought he played. He was fantastic. He really was the pace setter for Muhlenberg and a scary freshman.
A scary freshman is right. It's going to be very interesting to see, how it all plays out. So Ruben making his way over here.
Well, I'll hand it over at that point.
All right, Ruben. Congratulations, Bruce Badgley. It's very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Let's get your microphone on there. Can you hear him okay? Very good. Ruben Rodriguez, you're the LL Hoops Berksbeat player of the game. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What was the game plan out there, tonight, coming into Exeter?
Staying strong, playing as a team, make sure we move the ball, get the best shot possible, and lock up on defense.
Well, everything that you just described is exactly how you guys played tonight. Yourself as a freshman here, how is this game starting to slow down for you, from, I'm sure, your varsity experience or that, but how is the game becoming easier for you? Because it sure looked easy out there for you tonight. You can just look right in the camera.
It's from my team believing in me, playing with Archie, great point guard, been playing since last year, and yeah.
Been a lot of fun. Are you looking forward to your Berks League schedule? I talked a little bit about, you guys getting over the hump. One of those things is you got Reading High coming into your place this Friday night. What are you guys going to do as a team to, outman those guys?
Same thing we've been doing, playing hard, playing as a team, not letting anyone beat us in our house.
Well, good. Listen, congratulations. Appreciate it. Look
Thank
forward
you.
to a lot more games.
Thank
all
you.
right? Thank you. That's all right?
Oh.
That's all right. There we go. Photo op time. Thank you very much, Ruben.
Thank you.
Wear it well, okay? I want to see that out and about, all right? Okay. Bob, why don't you come in here? All right, Bob Long back with us here. An hour and a half drive. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I can't thank you enough. And, for people that watch high school basketball, if you don't pay attention to this guy and what he's doing in the Philadelphia Catholic League with his games, you're missing out because, a lot of what we do here on LL Hoops Berksbeat, is all derived from this guy. We use the same system. We do games the same way with students. We do this for the fans. We do this for the love of the game.
You're right.
And that's what you're all about.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I appreciate the opportunity to be out here and see what's going on, the good things going on here in Berks County. So much fun to be out here. It's a pleasure to be alongside you, a guy I think a whole lot of in this business. And I know we're going to keep doing things like this. We'll keep collaborating.
Well, I can't help but, get you up here as well because I learned so much about, how to do a game just by, listening to you. And if everybody could see, how this guy is so, involved in this game on the sideline doing color, I'm sure it comes across on the broadcast as well. Bob, thank you so very much for joining us. The final here, Muhlenberg wins it big time. Thanks so much for joining us here on LL Hoops Berksbeat. Join us Thursday night. We've got a girls' game at Twin Valley where the Raiders are going to host the Governor Mifflin Mustangs. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll look forward to you joining us Thursday night. Until then, so long, everybody.